In today's video, I'm going to be talking about wheat and gluten. What's the difference? Now, I know many of you suffer from wheat and gluten intolerances and allergies, with symptoms ranging from the mild to life-threatening. But what actually is the difference between gluten and wheat? We find out in this video. Hi, I'm Mike Hines from JustKnowGluten.com, creator of this channel, Gluten Advice. Now, if you like the video, you like the content, why give it a like or subscribe to my channel. Also, hit the notification button down the bottom. Stay informed. We post videos on here 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So do check back from time to time. We'd love to see you. Okay, let's get straight into the content. Some people suffer from allergies and intolerances to wheat and or gluten. These allergies and intolerances can cause symptoms that are fairly mild to life-threatening. But what is the difference between wheat and gluten? It seems that sometimes the words are used almost interchangeably in ingredient lists and conversations about what ails us, but there is in fact a big difference. Wheat is a grain, and I think we all know that. And gluten is the sticky protein that is found in wheat and other grains such as barley, rye, malt, and to some extent oats. Wheat and gluten are related. They come together in a package. Gluten is what binds the dough in breads and baked goods. So the question arises, if wheat and gluten are not the same thing, but are so closely related, is it possible to have an allergy or an intolerance to one and not the other? Well, if you're allergic to gluten, you need to stay away from wheat, since wheat contains gluten. And if you're allergic to wheat, since gluten is part of wheat's makeup, then you probably need to avoid gluten as well. But if you're allergic only to wheat, you can still enjoy other grains that have gluten in them. What are the signs and symptoms of a wheat or gluten allergy or intolerance? Allergic reactions to wheat and gluten can include the following: digestive disturbances such as vomiting, diarrhea, gas, constipation and bloating, chest pains, nausea, hives, eczema, swelling and even anaphylaxis. Symptoms of wheat and or gluten intolerance can be digestive disturbances similar to wheat gluten allergy, fatigue, irritability, skin irritations, vomiting, heartburn and headaches. Allergy symptoms will usually come on very quickly after ingestion of even a small amount of wheat or gluten. Symptoms of gluten intolerance may not show up at all or be delayed. Sometimes people with intolerances can have small amounts of wheat or gluten with no problem, only having issues when they eat large amounts of the problem ingredient. Gluten intolerance or allergy has also been tied to autism and other behavioral disorders. Research is currently being conducted, but placing autistic children on a gluten-free diet has shown positive results. Along with autism, gluten allergies seem to cause other symptoms that wheat allergies don't. They include osteoporosis, weight gain or weight loss, slow growth in infants and children, and depression. If you think for a minute you have a wheat or gluten allergy or intolerance, you should consult with your doctor and a dietitian for testing and to find out the best ways to handle your disorder. While there's no way to cure an allergy or an intolerance for wheat, gluten or any other type of food, you can control the symptoms by avoiding foods and ingredients that cause you discomfort. Now, there are 2 sides to everything and nothing is perfect for everybody. And this also applies to the gluten-free diet. It is extremely beneficial for those who are gluten intolerant. However, like everything in life, there are downsides to it too. In this video, we will examine both the pros and cons of a gluten-free diet. Obviously, it goes without saying that if you are gluten intolerant, you really have no choice but to avoid gluten. The weighing of positives and negatives are for the fence sitters who usually tend to think about going on a gluten-free diet for health benefits. Now, you're probably able to handle gluten and you're wondering if you should make the switch to a gluten-free lifestyle. If that's the way you're thinking, do continue watching. It may seem that going gluten-free seems to be all the rage these days, just like how the paleo diet's popularity has skyrocketed. However, the gluten-free diet is the result of celiac disease. This autoimmune disorder affects millions and has serious health implications. Sufferers really do need to avoid gluten foods just to stay healthy. For them, it is not a trend, but an essential lifestyle change to cope with the negative effects of gluten intolerance. So let's find out what gluten is. Basically, it's a protein found in wheat. This protein is made up of glutenin and gliadin. Most flours contain glutenin, and this is one reason it's so difficult to adopt a gluten-free lifestyle. Most commercially sold foods such as breads, pastries, sauces, etc. contain gluten or wheat-based additives. When a gluten-intolerant person consumes gluten foods, the villi, which line the small intestine, gets destroyed. This hampers and impedes the body from absorbing nutrients into the bloodstream via the small intestines. This results in a sick person who is nutrient deficient. So the big question is, should you adopt a gluten-free diet? If you're gluten sensitive, the answer is yes. If you're not gluten sensitive, then the answer is no. You do not need to adopt a gluten-free lifestyle. It is a unnecessary hassle and serves no health benefits whatsoever. You would be better off with the paleo or the Mediterranean diets, which are far superior. The pros of the gluten-free diet only apply to those who are sensitive or intolerant to gluten. They will be able to reduce or make most of their negative health symptoms disappear. Inflammation, headaches, lethargy, etc. all fade and disappear once they go on a gluten-free diet. The downside to the diet is that it requires immense preparation and you need to be well informed. You'll have to find gluten-free substitutes for the usual foods you eat. Gluten also tends to creep in through cross-contamination or is hidden in certain foods such as sauces, etc. You will constantly need to be alert and investigate how the food is manufactured. This really is too much hassle for anyone who is not gluten sensitive. Something to remember here, gluten-free foods are not necessarily healthier. They contain fats and calories too. You can gain weight and be unhealthy on a gluten-free diet. Something else to remember, gluten-free foods also tend to be more costly. The gluten-free lifestyle is really only a solution for sufferers. And it is not a health trend that should be adopted if you're not affected by gluten. You can be healthy by eating wholesome foods in moderation and incorporating an effective exercise regime in your life. It'll be a lot easier that way and way more fun. Hello, I'm Mike Hines from JustKnowGluten.com. I do hope you enjoyed today's video and you found it helpful and informative. If so, why not give it a like or subscribe to my channel. Again, thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.